Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel C2Ccoach.com. I'm your campus to career coach. I'm back with another video on the C2C learning series which we have started on this channel. So today's topic is very important and crucial topic for all the freshers to really understand because this is one of the most talked topic among freshers and any person who appears for any sort of interview while they look for a good opportunity. So topic for today, how to have a successful interview. So let's try to understand what all things you need to be aware about while you have to really create a successful interview. First, we will be talking about some of the prerequisites or some of the things which you should be aware about as part of your pre-steps before you actually get involved into the entire recruitment or hiring or maybe the interviewing process. So let's understand what are those prerequisite steps. So, what I should be aware about? The first and the foremost thing which you need to be realistic with yourself is that you can always control what is in your hand. You cannot control what is outside your control. So, always be worry about what all things you can control and don't worry about all the things which you cannot control. Even if you prepare 100%, there will be some anticipated questions which you might have not anticipated that would be part of your interview. So that's something which is outside your control. So always focus on what you can control. The second point is to work on your preparedness. Always make sure that you fully prepare yourself before you opt for an interview. There are some of the critical aspects of preparedness which you should be aware about while you actually get in an interview with any of the organization. Be patient with yourself and also with others. And why I am telling this because that relates with the fourth point. Because hiring is a process and it will take some time. So don't be impatient. Just give yourself enough time and just be relaxed that yes, it's a process, it will take time. So be realistic with yourself. Don't get panic if you don't get information, even if you have been interviewed by a company and if you don't receive any information. So be patient with yourself. Now let's understand what all things you need to be aware about while you actually get into an interview. And we'll try to break it down into three steps. What you need to do before the interview, what you need to do during the interview, and what you need to do after the interview. So let's understand the first step, which is what you need to do or what you need to take care of before the interview. So the first and the foremost thing is to really understand and be thorough with the industry, the job role, and the company for which you have been interviewed it. And it's one of your proactive steps to prepare yourself thoroughly before you get into an interview with any organization. Prepare a professional CV. Always make sure that you keep your CV simple and also with the right set of information which should be added to a professional CV. Don't add any information which you are not aware about or which you think is not the information which you would be comfortable sharing it to the recruiter. Always make sure whatever you have written is the right set of information which which you actually know or which you are actually comfortable about that these are something which I can tell to the recruiter confidently. Focus on your attire. Your attire matters a lot. So always know the right set of attire, the right set of dressing sense or right set of dressing etiquette which you need to follow for a professional interview. Always be punctual. This is again one of the critical attributes which is been firstly seen by any recruiter or any company. So always make sure that you are punctual to the interview location if that's the face-to-face location, and if that's not the face-to-face location, it's more of a virtual location or virtual interview which is been planned. Then also please make sure that you reach that venue or that platform where you will be having your virtual interview at least 5 minutes before the actual interview starts. Now let's understand what you need to do during the interview. So the first and the foremost thing is always follow all the necessary and the formal etiquettes which you should be aware about while you perform or while you are being interviewed during an interview process. Be formal in your oral approach. Hold on to your anxiety. Possibly it could be your nervousness. Possibly it could be your overexcitement because you have been interviewed to your dream company. Please hold on to that and don't get that reflect or in your overall approach of interviews. So please be formal. Always make sure that you greet, meet, and smile properly, whether it's a face-to-face interview or whether it's a virtual interview. That adds up to your overall involvement, or that also shows the right way of enthusiasm which is necessary for any interview to be felt by the recruiter in the interview process. Follow three C's of communication. Keep your communication short, keep which is concise, keep your communication clear, and keep your communication complete. That way, you are making sure that you follow the right way of communication practices for an interview, and you also make sure that you follow or you become a good communicator for that sort of interview. Practice active listening skill. Most of the time, we have a tendency to listen to respond. Don't get into that trap. Always listen to first understand, then interpret what information was being shared to you or what information is being asked from you, and then respond it properly. That way you are making sure that there is not a misunderstanding between what is being asked and what you tell to the recruiter. Be honest and try to keep your discussion candid. It's a very important aspect of your oral interview. Gone are the days where the interview used to happen in a very traditional manner. These days interviewer tries to keep the conversation more of a discussion form and a candid discussion, because they are trying to really understand you as a personality or you as an individual person, rather than uh, just trying to grill you. So keep your communication candid, and also be very much honest the oral approach during an interview process. Now let's try to understand what you need to do once the interview is being completed. So there are some of the critical steps which you need to do. Once your interview is completed or about your interview is about to complete, always thank the person who is taking your interview, which is your interviewer or maybe the recruiter, for he or she spending that amount of time with you. Also ask for feedback politely. You always have an option to ask them a feedback. Take permission. If you can ask question to the interviewer or the person who is taking your interview, and make sure that whatever question you might have, you ask with them so that you resolve your confusion. Once the interview process is completed, don't wait for the recruiter to come back to you. Most of the time, there is a general situation which has been seen that recruiter doesn't come back to you. So don't wait for them. Follow up with them, be in touch with them, and try to understand what went right or what doesn't went right with your process, interview process. If you have you've not been selected, at least get that information so that you can search hunt for other companies. And that brings to the last point, that don't stop for your search hunt. Keep on applying to new opportunities. Possibly you might get into a situation where you have got three good offers from three different companies, and now you are in a better position to really evaluate all the three offers and really understand which offers work best for you. So that way you are being proactive in your overall approach, and also you are making sure that you doesn't fall in a trap where you sit for a company and then you miss all the other good opportunities which is coming along your way. So that way you are making a proper balance of putting up the right opportunity and tapping on them whenever they come on your way. So these were the three steps which you need to take. Be aware about what you need to do before the interview, what you need to do during the interview, and what you need to do after the interview. So thank you so much, guys. I am sure you would have liked this video. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to my channel. We will soon be back with another set of videos on the C2C learning series which we have started. Till then, thank you so much. Keep up the learnings and try to put these learnings into a practical application, or at least try to think of the practicality of whatever we have been talking under this C2C series. Till then, thank you so much and keep up the learnings. Happy learning, guys.